So everything has gone together very smoothly. I got the manifold bolted on, intake as well. Everything is all timed, good to go. Got the tranny bolted up, the clutch reinstalled. I did change like the pilot bushing and stuff like that. And this thing is pretty much ready to drop in. I was able to get my wastegate flange welded on by a good friend of mine, Robert. And he's actually here today. He's gonna be building me a downpipe. So this manifold turbo location, the turbo sits a lot more forward. It used to sit like over here. So rather than cutting and extending this one, he's just gonna build me a new one with a flex pipe. So yeah, it should be exciting. I do want to get this thing put into the car today, so it's gonna be a jam-packed video. And this thing will be pretty much ready to drive by the weekend. Going over the motor and doing everything that I can while it's out of the car, just to reduce the workload that we have to do once it's in. So we got Robert here. Follow him on Instagram if you guys like weld porn and like custom fab and stuff like that. So.
Or just porn in general.
Or just porn, yeah. I'll put his IG on the screen. Oprah built, and he's building me a nice fancy downpipe. I'll update the progress on this as we go. Me and David are gonna start putting the engine in my car now. We'll get all these harnesses out of the way, clear a path for this, and then see how it actually fits inside the engine bay.
Yo, what's up guys? What are we doing right now, David?
We're finally, after like years, has it been like 2 years?
No, it's been 1 year, man. Feels like 10 years. Feels like 10.
But yeah, this thing's finally ready to go in. So.
Right on, yes it is. And we are raising it up, got it all leveled out. Charles got the engine bay prepped. It's ready to just drop in there. Super excited, so.
The block itself is like 1.5 inches taller than the 25 one, and we're off everything by like 1.5 inches, so it's just like requiring a lot of wrestling and should be in sooner than later. Motor is installed, it's sitting on the motor mounts nicely there. This is kind of the downpipe configuration that we got going on. Nice sexy pie cuts. Did you gonna put the flex pipe right there?
No, I'm gonna put it down here.
Dope.
Yeah.
I'll actually have like good flex pipe. Nice clearance for the wastegate to the strut tower. But to get it in, get that extra clearance, I lowered the subframe just a little bit to give us that little bit more room. That's how the turbo mock-up is looking. She's a big gal. I definitely will actually have to cut some of the cross bracing out and maybe like even peek the turbo out of the hood a little bit. With this manifold, I don't think it was designed to be ran on an RB30. Once again, the RB30 is about 1.5 inches taller. You can see that gap in between the lower and top timing covers. But this is the first time this car has had an engine in a year. So I'm super hyped on this. Just gotta button up the loose ends, get the downpipe finished up, and this thing is gonna be a rocket ship soon enough. Alright guys, back at it again today. I got the transmission all bolted up and the drive shaft. I left a bit of a spill, unfortunately, but I needed to change the fluid anyways, so. But yeah, tranny and drive shaft are all bolted up. At this moment, I'm kinda just working on cleaning up the wiring harnesses. So this little section right here that used to be covered by this old plastic thing, I just threw that out and I'm reluming this. So I'm gonna try to run as much of the engine harness under the intake manifold just for a nice clean setup. I really want to show off like the engine bay, so the wiring harness I find just takes away from that, so as little of that stuff is visible as possible. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. And some people were wondering what head I'm using on this. It's just a R33 RB25 head. Deleted the VCT, you have to weld up the port at the bottom there. And just running RB26 cams in this thing. There is my completed wire tuck. So the injector harness sits underneath the intake manifold and just comes up nice and clean. Nice, dude. Board. Alright, so we got the V-band and that little straight piece welded on to the flex pipe.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nice. And then just got to connect from the flex pipe down to the rest of the exhaust down there now. Quick mock-up of the downpipe. So nice in there. Morgan here helping me out with my clutch slave cylinder. We were having a hard time getting it to build pressure, so just dissecting it right now and finding out why.
So we're trying to kind of get as much life out of the slave as we can. The slave cylinder itself was kind of stuck in a down position and not moving much because the walls were pretty rough, so we just used some steel wool to clean it up a bit. And we're going to re-grease the inside and bench bleed it and see if we can get some more time out of her.
Yeah, this thing, if you guys remember, it's sat for about a year. I was having like some clutch engagement issues with it around Vancouver last year. Never really pinpointed what it was, but that does make sense. If this is the original slave cylinder, there's probably a lot of like dirt and debris and buildup on the inside of there. So
Oh, there was. It was nasty.
yeah, so it's all cleaned out now, and hopefully we can get some like pedal pressure. Everybody go follow Elio on IG. He's been bringing me all the parts that I need off of his car. Kind of like an emergency SOS, so thanks, man. Downpipe is looking sick. Is it finished?
Nope, not quite.
Not quite.
Getting there. Just a
Oh, I
little
see.
bit.
Yeah, right there.
I just gotta let it cool down a bit.
Yeah. Damn. These welds.
No, the inside's even quicker.
Yeah, let's show the inside. For those welders out there that want to see the inside. I can't wait to hear this thing. So I just topped up the tranny fluid and reinstalled the shifter and my chef knob. I'm just going to work on cleaning up the interior now, getting this thing turnkey and ready for a tune, hopefully early this week. Woo.
Final touches.
So again guys, check out Oprah Built on IG. As you guys can see, the workmanship is top notch. Got the nice flex pipe added in too to take away stress from the turbo and the manifold. And a proper turbo like this does need like proper downpipe setup, so thanks Robert. Damn, that's legit. Alright, what's going on guys? Today is the day that I finally start this thing. It's been a long time coming and it's finally time. So shout out to Win from Autodream for hooking it up with the ECU out of his car. So this is out of his GTR. He changed the settings a bit to run with my injectors because his are aftermarket. He also gave me this crank trigger kit. Basically it replaces this cam angle sensor. Earlier today I got water lines all hooked up for the turbo, and she's pretty much ready for fluids now. I also cut the hood late last night, so it does clear. I gotta open it up a little bit more just for clearance, but I'll close it here now and just show you guys what it looks like. So there it is. There's a little turbo cutout. As you guys can see, it's pinching the EFR line just a little bit, so I gotta open it up right here, and it's fouling on the compressor there as well, so I'm gonna open it up on the side, open it up on the front, but that side is good.
I'm gonna let you finish, but you should put a hood on this thing.
Oh yeah, everybody that said I should do something different than what I just finished doing, you can join Jay over there in the haterade section. Okay, here goes. so we're missing something. Alright guys, what's up? I know this startup is something that a lot of people have been waiting a long time for, and it is finally here. As most of you guys know, the boys were in Vancouver last weekend. I stayed behind to work on my car. So I stayed behind, worked out all the kinks and issues. As you saw just before this, didn't start up the first try. It actually didn't start until the second day of tinkering. So I've been driving the car since about Sunday now, like 4 or 5 days. Feels great. I'm just gonna show you guys here. So here is the car outside. Believe it or not, I drove it out there. No more pushing needed.
No way.
There's the
like pushing this thing around.
yeah. It feels like it was just yesterday. But there's the turbo cutout. Oh man. I just like want to show you guys the car around before the engine bay. The interior's all looking clean too. Alright, there it is. This is my pride and joy. This is what I've been working on for the past year. I call it the Frankenzilla. So it's not a GTR, but it's like a creation modeled after GTR. It's got a 30 bottom end, RB25 head, RB26 injectors, RB26 Cams. A lot of the parts that are in the head are off of a GTR, so hence the name Frankenzilla. It is still rear-wheel drive, obviously. EFR Turbo 8374, Oprah built downpipe, Cxracing Manifold, Turbosmart wastegate with screamer pipe. It's just got a Freddy intake manifold, top feed fuel rail kit, TOMEI Headgasket, CP Pistons 86.5 mil, ARP Rod Bolts and Headstuds, ACL bearings, Mishimoto rad, ARC intercooler. The list goes on. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of stuff, but I got so much time and efforts into this car. It's finally glad to see it out, and I'm sure you guys are waiting to hear startup. So I won't talk too much about it. I'll put it in the description what like the final spec list and everything is, but yeah, here I'll start it up. Fuck yeah. Damn, sounds good.
Fucking monster, man.
Yo, give it some revs, man. They want to hear it.
I'll happily do that.
God damn, dude.
I love it.
Shout out to Autodream for hooking me up with this crank trigger wheel. The thing idles and runs so good, man, along with the Link ECU. Like, it just feels like a new car. It doesn't feel like it's 25 years old. Like, in part with the fresh rebuild on the engine, the thing is running so mint. I haven't had it on the dyno just as of yet, but it has been street tuned by Win. He checked over all the FRs. We went into a little bit of boost, made sure everything was safe. And I've just been driving it around, taking it easy, getting used to it, and kind of breaking the motor in at the moment. It still rips, it's super torquey. I'm gonna go for a ride here with like Jay or Jesse, and then we'll bring you guys along.
All right, bro, let's do this. Just kidding. It's so weird seeing you drive, man.
Yeah, man.
It's so weird seeing this car drive. Literally, this is what we waited for all winter, man.
This is it, man.
This moment.
I wish you guys could hear this in person, because pictures and, or I guess not pictures, but video.
Motion
videos,
pictures, bro.
Motion pictures and videos do not do it justice.
Swirling all over the road like a fucking maniac.
Dude,
it's so torquey.
Yeah, man. It's only running 7 pounds right now because the boost controller's not hooked up. It's just wastegate pressure, so.
Yeah, your turbo's not doing anything.
Yeah, the turbo's not doing any work.
Yo, I can tell this thing's gonna be like really fast, man. I got some competition this year for sure.
Leave in the comments, RB30 or 2JZ. The long-awaited. Oh, I need to wire my signals up today. I don't have front
Says that
signal.
after the cloud drives past. Damn, this thing is gonna be really quick, man.
Yeah, that 7 pounds isn't even enough to like open the wastegate diaphragm, so.
You didn't even hit 7 pounds there, man. That was probably like.
It's like 5.
Yeah, that was probably like 5. The turbo is just starting to kick in.
Yeah.
It'll spool a lot earlier once it's tuned.
Yeah.
EFR tings. Oh.
Just cut that out.
The turbo sounds crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like a jet engine when it like finally starts to spool.
Yeah, man, once you're running a bit more boost, it'll spool quicker, like hit way harder.
Way louder.
Yeah, the wastegate will open and this thing will like fucking ignite, dude.
Yeah. Oddly enough, we're like by a cemetery right now. She's back from the dead.
Seriously.
Frankenzilla is back from the dead. Yeah, this thing's like a rear-wheel drive GTR.
It's better than a GTR,
On
man.
steroids.
It's a GTR on steroids. Wow, it runs good, man.
It's so good.
This man can build engines.
I feel so confident in this engine. I was a little like iffy at first, but like now that I've sorted out all the kinks, it just feels like a solid motor.
It does, man. There's no like weird noises or anything like that. Clean.
So there you have it, guys. The Skyline is back on the road finally. It does need a dyno tune still to know what numbers. I'm estimating it's probably low 300s at the moment on the boost level that it's at, but super torquey. I know you guys want to see more of this, but that's probably going to be it for this video. Stay tuned, hit that subscribe button to see more of this thing. We're going to see if we could chase Jesse's numbers with the Supra, so it's going to be interesting to see what it makes on the dyno. That is going to be coming very soon. Thanks for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed.